Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram.
Broadcasting live worldwide.
Good morning. My name is Angel, and I'm the host of Have Faith, Let It Begin. This week, we've been tackling on different types of bullying. Our show began on Monday with name-calling. On Tuesday, we spoke about taunting. Yesterday, we spoke about bullying. All these 3 episodes are in a huge, giant series that we're calling this week, Stop the Bullying. We hope that you're enjoying that. Now, normally, on Thursdays, for the past 12 weeks, we have had crazy date stories. Well, fittingly, this has never been timed so perfectly. Because, as you know, last week, we spoke about a date that I was on with Lorraine. Lorraine had the chicken pox. We went to the emergency department. Things just didn't go as well as I'd liked them to go. Well, believe it or not, as timing is perfect in this situation, the story about Lorraine continues on in a Crazy Date Story Part 13, which fittingly ties into the topic and series about bullying, taunting, name-calling. So, we want everyone to know that we are not divulging from this series of bullying. Just be patient. Listen to Part 13 of Crazy Date Story, because there is a message in here regarding bullying. Have Faith, Let It Begin. Crazy Date Story, Part 13, starts right now.
Broadcasting live worldwide.
On June 16th, 2018, a show designed for you, the Daily Commuter, went live. A weekly show all about faith. A show with motivational topics, inspirational stories, and personal testimony set out to change the world.
Don't you see that your faith is coming alive? Don't you see that it's tested every time? He's the one that makes your life divine. He's the one that makes you feel fine. Your faith being tested.
Hi, I am Mia. You're listening to Have Faith, Let It Begin.
Hello, my name is Amari, and today we are back on another episode of Have Faith and Let's Begin. Hi, my name is Isabella, and you're listening to Have Faith, Let It Begin.
Hey, this is Freddie, and you're listening to Have Faith, Let It Begin.
Hi, my name is Angela, and you're listening to Have Faith, Let It Begin.
Welcome to Have Faith. Let it begin. Here's your host, Angel Santana.
Broadcasting live worldwide.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Thursday, which means only one thing. Crazy Date Story, Part 13, starts right now. The continuation of Lorraine. That's right. For those of you that tuned in last week, you know that the story pretty much ended yet began with Part 13, because Part 12 ended with me going to the emergency department with my date, who eventually had chicken pox. I met her family very quickly, even on the first date, because I had to call them to pick her up. So, this is where that story continues. After her parents came and thanked me for calling the parents, and she was embarrassed and at first a little disturbed that I would call her parents, but then realized that it was the right thing to do. I helped them out and made sure that she got home safely. And once we arrived, I gave her my blessing and told her that I hope she felt better. The father actually came up to me and said, "Thank you for being such a gentleman." And I said, "It's no problem. I would have hoped that she would have done it for me. And I think, knowing her a little bit now, I would say she would have done that for me." So I excused myself. We went forward, and I checked on her daily, made sure she was okay, and she would text me and let me know that she was getting better day by day. Eventually, about 2 weeks had gone by. We had spoken on the phone many times, and I sent her a couple, flowers or a couple little knickknacks, chicken noodle soup, trying to keep my my appearances via the phone and a couple of drop-offs here and there. And excuse me, by the way, I have a little horse. Let me just hit mute for a second. There we go. And after 2 weeks and everything seemed to be better, we decided that we would try this out again. Now, I'm going to fast forward because the second, third, fourth, and fifth dates all went very well. We were doing very well, and we decided to make things exclusive. Let me back up. We were just about to make things exclusive, meaning, that we were officially going out or dating, any way you want to look at it. And I started to invite her to visit some of my friends. And that was a big thing for me because my friends, when I was living in Providence, were my family. I had no family. So when my friends would meet somebody, it was as if I was introducing my family to what would be my new girlfriend. All my friends thought she was cool. A couple people thought, something about her, she's off. I'm like, well, calm down, relax. But it was the first time that I would have a girlfriend or a girl. So, to be accompanied. I was always the sixth and seventh wheel, the seventh or ninth wheel. We were just always going out, and everybody had girlfriends, and I didn't. So it was like finally happening. And we decided to do an outing where we were all going to go out and go to a club and have a great time. We went out to this club, and while we were out in the club, things were great. No problems, no issues, and no fights. It's just a perfect night. I remember at one point the girls, all got together, went to, quote unquote, powder their nose. The guys out there, we're all dancers, so we're dancing and having a great time. We had noticed, that those guys would notice there was a bridal shower, so to speak. And they were out partying. They all got the crowns over their head. I can't think of what they are. But they had all the tiaras. Thank you. They all had tiaras on. They all had these little things on that said bridal shower and, the bride-to-be and the matron of honor. We noticed that there was one particular girl that was off to the side and had the same, party favors all over her, but she just wasn't having a good time. And I noticed it first, and I went up to one of the guys and I said, look at this girl over here, man. These girls are actually ignoring her. And it looks like she's part of the pack. And the guys were like, oh, man, you always try to be the savior, they used to call me. Always try to be the angel, the saint. I'm like, well, listen. I said, it just doesn't look right. And, the girl just looked unhappy. But none of the other girls were acknowledging her. And one of the guys said, well, maybe she's a DD, designated driver, and that's why she's unhappy. She can't really drink. She can't have a good time. And I said, no, it doesn't make sense to me. When you're out partying, even if you're the DD, which I was half the time, you're having a good time regardless because you're hanging out with friends. And if you're hanging out with friends on something that looks or appears to be a celebration for some people, there's just no way you're going to tell me that there's people that are upset on something that you should be celebrating. To me, it just doesn't add up. And it didn't add up. And for some reason, I just couldn't come off of that. And it was bothering me. So I said to myself, you know what? I'm going to go and ask her to dance. But of course, I went up to my somewhat new girlfriend, and I went up to her and said, listen, this is what's happening. I need your help. I'm gonna go over there and ask this girl to dance. And of course, my girl at the time was a little Lorraine. Excuse me. We'll call her Lorraine. She had said to me, maybe you should not do that. And I said, listen, I'm not going there to hit on her. But I said to her, listen, when I was around younger age, I was a little heavy, and no girl would dance with me. And there was always one in the bunch that always would come over and dance with me. And it was until I realized that I was a pretty good dancer and now others would include me because I did dance. I says, here's a girl that's out with a bunch of girls. It should be a celebration. And they're ignoring her. I don't care what it may or may not look like to you or anyone. I says, but to me, I think we should make her night just as special. So Lorraine was like, you know what? This is why I like you. You're such a nice person. So we went. We went over there, and my friend went with me, and we asked her to dance, and this smile that came over her, more of like a surprise, like, really? We're like, yeah. We danced with her. We totally danced with her. We had a great time. And when all her friends came back, they wanted to be a part of the show. We excused ourselves and told the girl, that it was nice dancing with you. And the girl eventually met up with us at the bar. She went up to me and she says, I know what you did. She goes, but I'm just curious, why did you do it? And I said, no reason. I just wanted to dance, and my girl didn't want to dance, and I asked her if it was okay if I asked you to dance. She goes, and she didn't get upset? I go, no. She goes, well, thank you, because you're the first person that's ever actually approached me at a club. She goes, and it really made my night. And that's how the night ended. Now, some of you will say to yourselves today, well, that's not really a crazy date story. It is. Because it ties into everything that we've been talking about this week. So, meeting Lorraine, having her have the chicken pox, having gone to the ER with her, having the ability to wait 2 weeks so that we can plan a day to go out with friends to be at the same place at the same time where we can meet up with a girl that was all alone is no accident. God doesn't make accidents. He does things for a reason. He puts people in the right place at the right time. Just like how we've been talking about crazy date stories and how fittingly this one ties in to the week that we're in. I can honestly tell each and every one of you, this wasn't planned. It just fell perfectly. So praise to God for that. When you're out and about, when you're doing things together, and there's others that seem like they're not included, if you can try to include people, if you can even just wave to them and say hi, even if you're in a lunch area and you see somebody by yourself and you're not going to eat with somebody, why don't you sit down with someone and say, can I join you? Take the time. Acknowledge people. Don't ignore them. Be honest with you, there are some people that choose to be alone. They would rather be alone. And you know what? That's okay. But take the time to acknowledge others that are in your presence. Because sometimes all it takes is a hello to make somebody's day better and brighter. And that is how we're going to end today's Crazy Date Story, Part 13. Tomorrow, we will conclude. Tomorrow, yes, I keep thinking that tomorrow's a Saturday, and hello, it's Friday tomorrow. So tomorrow is Friday, and we're going to conclude the series of bullying. We want to read a couple of things that have been written to us. We're going to share some stories, and we're going to end in a prayer. And that's how Friday's episode is going to be. It's the conclusion of the bully series. We thank each and every one of you for joining us this week. If you have any other ideas of topics, suggestions, if you would like to be a part of this show, you are always welcome to join. Just give me an email. Shoot me out a text. We are available. Our platform phone number, 845-522-2546. My email, angel@halffaithletitbegin.com. Our prayer request line is on our website, www.halffaithletitbegin.com. Scroll to the bottom and put a prayer request. It shoots right to my phone. We're here for you. We believe in you. And remember, God loves you. God believes in you. God trusts you. And God will never leave your side. Enjoy your day. And thank you for being a part of a great series. Talk to you Friday. Have faith. Let it begin.
Don't you see that your faith is coming alive? Don't you see that it's tested every time?
A quick reminder to everybody, the Hudson Valley area, which is actually our church area, First Reformed Church, is going to have a virtual and also live vacation Bible school. And I would like to point that out. That's starting August 10th through the 14th. If you want to hear more about that, go to the website. It'll be in the description below. It will also be an opportunity to go to our Facebook Live page at FRC Walden. That is for you to go on. If you want to search for it on Facebook, it's FRC Walden, New York, and you will see ways to join and actually register. You are a part of that. You are always welcome. All kids are welcome. Parents are welcome. Be a part of it. It's awesome. It's VBS 2020, the virtual style, which is something new, and I hope you'll enjoy it. Thank you. Have a great day. Thank you for listening to another episode of Have Faith, Let It Begin. That's right, Ariel. We're done with another show. And it's always great to have this show with you, my love. You know, we're going to encourage each and every person to listen to our show every single weekday. That's right, you and I are going to help change the world. Do you think that you can do that for me? Huh? Yeah, you know you can. She does. We want to let you know, and yes, we encourage you to listen to our show each and every weekday, and it's going to be live at 7:30. Make sure you're subscribed to our show. Make sure you get ready, fasten those seatbelts, because Ariel and I and my family are going to bring you a new topic, a new story each and every day, right? Isn't that right, Ariel? Yeah. And she's smiling at me. Guys, enjoy your day.